Good morning students. In the last vlog we have studied about the nucleus. Okay, we were discussing what is the nucleus, where it is present. You know it is present inside the cell and it is having a genetic material which is known as DNA. And this DNA, before DNA, what was the another term for it? That is the chromosome, right? How many pairs of chromosomes are there? 23 pairs of chromosomes are there. Okay, and this 23 pairs of chromosomes coiled in such manner that they form the DNA. And small fragments of the DNA is known as genes, which carries characters. And this DNA is approx 2.2 meter in length. This 23 pairs of chromosomes are coiled in such a manner that they are forming 2.2 meter length of DNA, and the small fragment of this DNA is known as the gene, which carries information from one generation to the next generation. Right? This few people have studied, and single DNA comprises of thousands and thousands of genes. Right? Okay. So today we are going to see further. If students would have heard also, and we are going to, because it is very genuine, that today's the surrounding or the weather or the climatic conditions which we where we are present in this kind of climatic situation or the surrounding, isn't it? But if we go back thousands and thousands and thousands years back, or lakh years back, a crore years back, then you know very well that the atmosphere and the condition and the situation and the living organisms which were present, that was totally different from today's atmosphere or today's surrounding, right? So at that era, the climate was totally different. One thing you remember, students, that variations in all the even in though in our surrounding, even though in living organisms, the variation occurs according to the changes in the nature. So that this variation is a kind of change. Just like it is told now, our ancestors were monkeys, apes, right? And we have evolved from there. So this evolution is a kind of variation, that means a kind of change which has took place so that we could survive, or these organisms could survive with those changes in the changed environment. This evolution or the variation occurs with the change in the surrounding, the change in the weather, the change in the nature in our surrounding. Okay. So this evolution is taking place in that condition or variation. Why I am telling you people? Because we are studying about the cell, and cell is a part of living organism. In the beginning itself I have told you single celled organisms are there and multicellular organisms are there. So there is a basic difference between the single cell as well as in multicellular organization, right? And if in that era, let's go back to that era, crore years back, the temperature was not like this. The temperature of Earth was very, it was in very extreme situation. It was very hot. The Earth was very warm, very hot. And suddenly there was a heavy rainfall. And those heavy rainfall, there were so many volcanoes, if you do remember. Then sudden a rainfall was there. Due to this rainfall, continuously there was heavy rainfall, and these seas, oceans were created, and this water came to Earth. And it is also told that the first life on Earth was the single-celled organism, and which evaluated that the creature, that the single-celled organism, that is the first life on Earth, and that was found in the water. It is told that. If you will find in the history or in higher class, this will be told you in Google also, in YouTube also, you can find out that the single-celled organism, in the beginning, the life form which started in Earth was started with the single-celled organism, and that single celled organism they are found in the water. Okay, so at that time the living organism which were present in the form of single cell, and today we have arisen from those single cell took variations, took changes, they converted into multicellular. Okay, and lot of changes occurred which gave evolution. Alright. So at that time the structure of this life form was totally different, and today which we can see the life form, the cell which is present in them is totally different. Even though today the microorganisms which are present, just like bacteria is there, viruses are there, some fungus are there, unicellular fungus are there. So these are totally different from the cells which is present in the multicellular. Okay, so this is our topic that we are going to study, that is about the eukaryotes and prokaryotes. Okay, eukaryotes and prokaryotes. What is this? Before that, going to that topic, you should understand. I have made a drawing of this bacteria, that is a single cell organism, and this is a plant cell. Okay, this is a plant cell. That is a cell which is present in the multicellular organization. Okay, so this is single cell, and that is the cell from a multicellular. So you can see a vast difference in that. Here so many representations there because all the organelles are set very properly in this cell. But here no organization is found very well because it is a bacteria single cell which is devoid of so many organelles. Here you can see that a single cell is there. Let us see this feature first. It is having outermost cell wall. Okay, cell wall is present. This is the cell wall outermost. It is also having cell wall. Next is plasma membrane. It is also having a plasma membrane within it. Okay, but this is not having nucleus. Student, yesterday we were studying. In that last block we have studied about the nucleus. In this you can see a proper nucleus within the cell, and is having the genetic material within it. That is the chromosome, or we can say DNA, that is present within this nucleus. But here no nucleus is present, student. In single celled organism, these organisms are devoid of nucleus. They don't have nucleus within them. So it is termed as a nucleoid because no proper nuclear membrane. You can see here proper nucleus is there with the nuclear membrane. I have told you about the nuclear membrane in the last block. Yes, that outer covering of the nucleus or the layer of the nucleus. Here a proper nuclear membrane can be seen, but here no nucleus. Although nucleus is there, but without the nuclear membrane. So it is devoid of nuclear membrane, hence it cannot be well defined. The nucleus cannot be well defined because due to devoid of nuclear membrane. Hence this is nucleoid. What do we say? This is devoid of nuclear membrane. Hence the nucleus will be termed as nucleoid because here no proper nucleus is present. So we can term this as a nucleoid. Okay. But here you can see proper nucleus is there with the nuclear membrane and proper genetic material present inside. But here it is devoid of nuclear membrane, hence it is nucleoid. membrane bound or not, no well organized organelles are present in the single celled organism. So this is the basic difference between the multicellular cell and a single cell. So on the basis of this difference, the term has been given, that is eukaryote and prokaryote. Prokaryote here means primitive type. Primitive means purana, old. Okay, that is the older type, primitive. So the cell organization which is not having proper nucleus, not having well membrane bound organelles. Okay, so that type of cell will be known as prokaryotes. Primitive means older type one. Okay, but eukaryotes, that is having a proper cell with the proper nucleus, with the membrane bound organelles. Okay, and genetic material will be present within the nucleus. So that is having a well defined cell structure. So that will come under the eukaryotes. Okay, but those which is not having proper cell organization, which is not having proper nucleus, is devoid of nuclear membrane, hence the name is, hence the term is nucleoid. Okay, so and not having well membrane bound organelles, so that will be termed as the prokaryotes, primitive type, that is the older type. Okay, so on that, this is, I hope it is clear, this all the single celled, okay, basically bacteria, virus, that will come under, basically this single celled organism are having this type of structure, so they are coming under the prokaryotes, whereas all the multicellular organisms which is present in our surrounding, all those multicellular organisms are having well defined cell within them, so hence that is coming under the eukaryotes. Okay, I hope it is clear to you people. The difference is clear, and in the next blog I'll explain you about the eukaryotes and prokaryotes, what all basic differences are there. Okay, in the written form I'll give you. Okay, students, thank you. I hope you people understood.